Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name is Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's exciting episode, what holiday horror themed episode are we going to be discussing, Jake?
We are discussing 2015's Krampus, directed by Michael Dougherty.
Michael Dougherty, who also directed
Trick or Treat.
Yes.
It's a two-timer up here.
Michael Dougherty, the guy that can literally grab a hold of a holiday spirit and put it out in a horror movie for the fans.
It's like his thing.
He's good at it.
Take holidays, boom, boom.
Holidays, Halloween, pow, trick or treat, Christmas, pow, Krampus.
I got a challenge for you. Easter.
Dude, I was thinking that while I was watching this. I was like, do you think that Michael Dougherty could do like a rabies, rabbit for Easter?
Some kind of weird Easter bunny type.
It has to be rabies, though. It has to be.
Does it?
Because Quarantine, that like weird found footage zombie movie, was based off of.
Did you ever seen Quarantine?
Yeah, of course I saw Quarantine, the original.
Sequel?
It was based off. No, I didn't see it. It was on an airplane, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't like airplane movies. I saw snakes on a plane, man. I was good. Now, before we get super off topic.
Oh, yeah, sure. Not yet, guys.
Before we get super into this episode and super off topic, what would we like to let anyone new to the J Squared Horror Podcast know?
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
Also, we're available on Spotify,
We are.
Apple,
We are.
and still good old Google.
As far as we know, we're still on the Googles.
Also on Instagram, J Squared Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday. That was the perfect snap.
Thursday. It was perfect.
Perfect
It was
snap.
Perfect snap. And I had my hand in there for an elongated amount
I
of
saw
time.
that.
Because I was pointing where I usually drop the logo. Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together. We drink and we talk all things horror.
That we do.
We consider ourselves the most original horror podcast out there because we are not information-based. We are communication-based, meaning we like to open up genuine lines of communication between ourselves as best friends and horror movies, and we also like to include our fans. If you'd like to be a part of the J Squared Horror Podcast, you can go to our website, www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. You can request episode ideas or request to be on the episode live and in person. We haven't got many of those, but if you're interested, check out the website. Once again, www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. We would like to include as many fans and as many horror fans as we can into our podcast because that's the platform that we would like to go from. What we'd also like to mention is we are a part of the Darkcast Network. I know, it's exciting. They welcomed us in. They welcomed us in a year ago, and they just included us in their second year of podcast promoting. So if you are into anything independent, dark, and strange, you can go check out the Darkcast Network. They have a bunch of amazing content creators that release true crime, spooky, and independent podcasts on their platform. Now, we have an episode every Thursday, but they fulfill every other day of the week for you if you like any of those things. So please go support the Darkcast Network because they have been helping your guys grow in their podcasting platform. So thank you, Darkcast Network. Now, Mr. Drake Devine, how do you feel about Krampus? I know last week I asked you if I was helping you grow in your Christmas horror fandom. And you said, fuck no.
Yeah.
Now, how does Krampus lie with that? Are you still against me in my Happy Horrordaze series that we have going for the J Squared Horror fans?
Yeah, I'm still against you. Now,
damn it.
Only because.
Damn it.
So overall, this movie, I did enjoy it a little more.
Yeah.
Not much more, but a little more. Something about just Christmas and horror when it comes to movies, it doesn't mix. Only one movie I feel has done it well. None of these are that movie. How about you? Did you enjoy it?
I love this movie.
I'm sure you did.
I love this. I love this movie so much.
I'll also add the 3 movies we've done are movies that you have decided we should do.
I've chosen this whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we agreed on Krampus, though.
I'm in a horror movie prison in the month of December. All right?
So are our fans, so it's okay.
Are you guys enjoying it?
Yeah. If you guys are enjoying it, make sure Jake knows that he's wrong in his hatred of Christmas horror movies. Or you can let me know that I'm wrong in my enjoyment of Christmas horror movies.
I'll take your lack of a comment as you agreeing with me.
They're all going to agree with you then. So, when did you first see Krampus? You've seen it before, right?
Yes, before.
Did you see it in theater or online?
I think I saw it a year after it came out.
Okay.
Like DVD, I probably bought it or some shit like that.
So my mom and I had started this Christmas movie what's it called? Tradition.
Yeah.
Where we would go see movies on Christmas together. We've only done like 2.
Not horror, just movies in general.
Just movies in general.
Okay.
So we saw The Night Before, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
Okay.
It's got Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
it's got Jason Gordon-Levitt, and it's got the dude that plays in the Avengers shit with the wings. I can't think of his name right now. We saw that, and then we might have snuck. We might have seen Krampus and then snuck into the Night Before, or vice versa.
Which dates how long that was ago?
Yeah.
Because now,
Long time ago.
fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Go all the way in the movie.
Yeah.
See what
Oh
it is.
yeah. There's no titles on the thing
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. So we did that, and I enjoyed Krampus a lot. The thing that I enjoy about Krampus is that it is actually based in some legitimacy, like Santa Claus would be. He is the opposite of Santa Claus. So if you are anti Santa Claus or you don't have the Christmas spirit, he will come and show you how bad Christmas can be without believing in Mr. St. Nick.
So that I enjoy. Because everyone should have Christmas spirit.
You should have Christmas spirit, okay?
It's not all about the gifts.
It's not all about the
It's
gifts.
about being around people you love,
Yep.
your friends, your
Yep.
family,
Yep.
Christmas music, the overall smells of Christmas.
Smells?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Candy canes,
You know how it
hot
smells.
cocoa,
Hot cocoa, candy canes,
paper and tape.
pine.
Pie.
It's like, ooh. It's December.
It's December.
Christmas is here.
December is a crazy month.
When I walk outside
Yeah.
and I can feel the wind blowing,
Cold air.
I got my eggnog. I smell the pine. Christmas is right around the corner.
Christmas is creeping up on us, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I like about this movie, other than a lot of things, one of the things that I like about that's the way to go.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about this movie is it shows a good family dynamic between people you want to be with at Christmas and people you might not want to be with at Christmas. Kind of like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Great movie.
Great movie. One of the top best Christmas movies.
That is the Christmas. That is the best
It is good.
Christmas movie ever.
Yeah, I said The Grinch when we covered the main one, but I do love
Number
National
2,
Lampoon's Christmas
Home Alone.
Vacation. Those are both good. Good. Yeah, Home Alone's borderline a horror movie. The torture.
You heard
those
that
guys go
theory? He's
through.
like the young John Kramer.
Yeah, he's like the young
Yeah.
John. But I will say it does a good job of showing like forced interactions around Christmas time.
Yeah.
So what that led me to asking you is, in your now over 30 years of living,
Yeah.
how many of those situations have you been in? Do you still get into those situations? Does this movie resonate with you on that level of forced interactions with people you might not like?
No.
Okay. So you
'Cause
keep your Christmas pretty
I keep
what
it
you want.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, or literally any other fucking day of the week.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna be around people I want to be around.
Yeah.
And if I don't, that's why I do not see you.
We're adults. We kind of have control.
We have options now. Luckily, my dad is also the same way.
Okay. Yeah.
So if it's someone he doesn't want around or doesn't want to talk to, he's just not going to.
Nice. Okay. So you don't really get into these uncomfortable family dynamics that are portrayed in this movie.
No, if it's something where one of those members are around, he just won't invite me or won't tell me about it. He knows. He wants a part of this.
Yeah. That's pretty great, honestly. Yeah.
What about you?
I forgot that I'm going to be a part of this conversation and that some people may listen
They'll all
to
listen.
this here podcast.
If you're not listening, you should.
You should. Yeah, there's definitely an interesting dynamic in my family around the holiday time where like certain people you haven't seen since last Christmas, you have to see this Christmas, or an expectation of providing a certain atmosphere for certain people, even though they haven't given you anything all year long. So
boo.
Yeah, it sucks. So me and my sister just moved into these new places together, and we're 3 feet apart, even though they're separate buildings.
Yeah.
So we decided this year to host Christmas here.
Oh.
Everybody can come here, and we have 2 houses.
Oh, okay,
you know, we have plenty of oven space and counter space for all the brunch activities we're going to be doing. And then come to find out that my grandparents decided that she's also going to have to host a Christmas Eve dinner that we knew nothing about until Sunday, like this last Sunday, like a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't like that.
No. And it's just like, it's like for shit like that you're just like, it just like kind of makes you like anti the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
Because you're like, we're going to be hanging out less than 12 hours later,
Yeah.
forcefully
Yeah.
on Christmas.
I'm going to see you again.
Yeah. Why are we doing a Christmas Eve dinner?
Are you doing Christmas brunch?
We do Christmas brunch every year.
So they're going to be your Christmas night.
They're going to be here Christmas Eve.
Or Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Then leave.
And
then come back.
come back at 10 a.m. Or probably 9 a.m. to start making the pancakes.
Well, at least you're not staying the night.
No.
That's good.
Stay the night elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But we don't even know who's invited to this Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner. Like, that's the thing. And like, I had started making plans on Christmas Eve already.
Nah.
Like, nah.
Cancel them.
Yeah. No. I ain't canceling shit. I'm going to do what I want to do because it's my holiday. Like, I'm a grown man. If I choose to spend it with other people, I can spend it with other people. That's the thing, is it's like in this movie, it's like they forcefully come up.
Yeah.
Because the parents feel like they have to, and the kids are like, we hate this.
Yeah.
And I feel like
because it's fake.
It's fake, but also like parents should heed kids' warnings because the kids are being like brutally honest about the situation of like, yo, they suck. Yeah. They are mooches, or they're not fun. They don't agree with us, blah, 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 blah. They piss in the bed, they shit in the bed, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like these crazy dynamics that happen.
Please don't shit in the bed.
Please don't shit in the bed. If you have to go potty, just go potty. Speaking from a guy that pissed his bed till he was 12.
If you get a pee, it happens.
Hey, shit happens, you know?
Like you should shit in your
piss
bed.
happens, but you should not poop in your bed. No,
no. Shit happens.
Shit happens. But it's cool, man, because like this movie, like Michael Dougherty, I feel like genuinely, like if I was to just pull out a holiday themed horror movies, right? And I have to think of my favorites of all time, holiday themed horror movies, whether it be Halloween themed, Thanksgiving themed, or Christmas themed. Michael Dougherty has done 2 of my favorites for specific holidays, which is insane. Insane.
So Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat is my favorite.
Ooh. Sorry, John Carpenter.
It's my favorite movie strictly based on the holiday itself.
Okay, so not taking place
on Halloween. It has to do with the act of trick or treating and rules of that. Because what he does is he brings in like historical shit.
So you like this better than Halloween Part 3?
Halloween Season of the Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Also Halloween based?
Trick or Treat is better than Halloween 3.
Okay.
No questions asked.
And the original Halloween 2?
No. Because it's just taking place on Halloween versus like it based on trick or treating. Okay,
so your favorite trick or treating based,
like the act of Halloween activities based horror.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify.
All right, so if you were to compare like trick or treat versus bad candy, You know,
Okay.
It's like
Got it.
just because it happens on Halloween night doesn't mean it's necessarily a like holiday themed movie.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't. They're two different things.
Taking place on the actual
taking
holiday
place on the actual holiday
is
and
a
then
Halloween
like
themed movie.
but then like building up an entire identity on the holiday itself. Like Halloween 1978 is built off of the night and like babysitters and all that stuff. But like trick or treating's neither here nor there. But Trick or Treat, hence the title,
yeah.
is based a lot upon like
Halloween night.
rules of Sam Hain. just because he may say it in some of the movies doesn't mean that it's like as well like reciprocated or like shown in the movies. And I feel like Trick or Treat is the best Halloween holiday themed horror movie of all time.
So it's the best depiction of Halloween night.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Just like, in my opinion, Krampus is the best, like, opposite of Christmas, which is horror Christmas, depiction that we've ever gotten. Because, like, there's Christmas movies out there that I love, but this is about Krampus, the opposite of Santa Claus.
Okay.
And it's a very good depiction of that.
Okay.
Like, why it happened. It all makes sense. It doesn't seem like, yeah, it's far-fetched, but it's not, like, that crazy. Because, like, depending on what your beliefs are in the holiday, Santa Claus, Krampus.
So they say
all
for
that
Santa,
stuff.
you leave out
Cookies.
cookies and milk.
Yeah.
What do you leave out for Krampus?
Your hatred of the holiday. your depression of your family.
I'm asking that because I saw somewhere you leave out schnapps
Oh, hell yeah. Like peppermint schnapps?
for Krampus, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But maybe you think that's why the aunt mentions
Oh
They're learning
shit!
how to make them. Yeah.
Oh damn! I never knew that. That's cool. Yeah, I mean the aunt in this movie's great. Everybody in this movie's great. This movie's great. I love this movie a lot. But the premise of the movie is the main kid from the family in this movie is big on Santa Claus. Now he's been picked on and he's been bullied about this, and he kind of just.
He's old for that shit.
He is a little older, but he wants to hold on to it for a specific reason, meaning that he's going through a lot in his teenage years where he really just wants everybody in his family to be happy, which is super sweet because he didn't ask for anything for himself. He asked for everything for others.
Adorable.
But because the asshole cousins decided to read his letter to Santa Claus out at the dining room table,
which is a shitty move.
Super shitty to do. He then decides that he's upset and he realizes that it's probably not real, rips it up, throws it out the window, which immediately creates the storm that is Krampus.
Yes, all these kids whose families are like, doing typical family stuff.
Yeah.
But the kids get all, frustrated and they kind of like, it's a wonderful knife.
Yeah.
You start saying things you generally probably don't really mean.
Yeah.
You wish you weren't around. Like the grandmother says she wished her family wasn't around anymore.
Yeah.
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 And next thing you know, they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that blows my mind about this movie is it also shows that through all of my years of lack of Christmases or what have you, I've always kind of held on to the identity of like your traditional, like I like the lights, I like people being together.
Yeah.
Like gifts are cool. I like giving gifts. Receiving gifts is super uncomfortable for me.
Receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts is super uncomfortable.
Why
for
is that?
Me. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like people mostly don't know me. You've done a great job in our years of friendship, and like people have done a great job in my life. But I prefer to give.
Okay.
Like if I could just give gifts and make other people around me happy, that makes me super happy. But I try to like force it in the month of December, where it's like, let's bake cookies, let's go see lights, let's try to hold on to this as much as we can. With like me having a nephew that's now 12.
It's hard. My daughter's 14 now. So growing up, our thing was getting matching Christmas pajamas.
Yeah, we do that still. Yeah.
And we would bake cookies and all that stuff. Now she's kind of like,
man.
nah.
Yeah. And it
I'm like,
sucks, man.
no.
It's heartbreaking because
It sucks.
you really just try to like have an excuse to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like just to be close.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like I used it as like December. You can do it all year round. You could. Like there's no there's no reason that it has
December
to be specific.
just feels right.
December, it feels like you can get away with it. You can do these things. You can bake cookies. You can get matching PJ sets. You can go out to see the lights. You can go shopping for a kid with people. Like that stuff like excites me, man.
Yeah.
It's like super fun to like still give that appeal of the holiday spirit to others. And it's like super meaningful. And like you always try, like as you get older, you like, you're like, okay, I might not need gifts, but like, let's make sure the grandkids, and I don't have grandkids, but my nieces, my nephews, or whoever are taken care of and they're enjoying their Christmases, because I had many Christmases where I didn't have a single gift. And like, I don't wish that upon anybody.
Yeah.
It's like that we've both been through pretty interesting childhoods.
Yeah.
And it's like you grow up and it's like for me, I try to force it. It's like, I want everybody to be happy around me. I want to be in control of that. Like, I want to make sure all the kids are stoked. But kids these days, kind of like this movie proves, are little friggin' jerks. They want the biggest and the best. And it's like the Violent Night movie, where it's like that Santa Claus is like, dude, it's not toys anymore. It's video games and, all this stuff. And it's just like, the consumerism of the American child is just insane. But when you get to enjoy those moments of cooking or lights and stuff like that, it means a lot to me. And I feel like what I liked about this movie is that kid, even though he was old enough to know better, he still wanted to hold on to that because he knew that his family, each part of his family needed that.
Yeah.
As much as they all thought it.
Yeah.
His parents, his cousins, his aunt and uncle, his aunt, his grandmother, they all needed exactly what he wished for. Of just like, these people need help, or, I want my parents to be in love again. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like there's a plethora of kids that can identify with that.
Sure.
And the broken societies that we're all kind of raised in, and the pressure that are put on parents to provide these types of extravagant Christmases.
Yeah.
And it's just like, at the end of the day, there are some kids out there that could just appreciate the cookies and the PJs.
Yeah.
You just try and hope that that's the case, man. Because of course you can, those kids can go to school, a week later and be in comparison against all these other kids that got the PS5s and the Oculuses and the 55-inch TVs. But you're like, I got to bake cookies with my family.
I got the things that
are going to matter way later on in life.
Yeah.
Than all these electronic
the
devices.
shit you have can break. It's gonna be dated at one point, but the memories I'll have forever.
Yeah, it was super sweet because like my nephew Braden, he's 12. He's getting old enough.
Yeah,
and he really just tries. He really just tries to be a sweetheart and to like watch The Grinch and to watch Santa Claus and to put out cookies on Christmas Eve and like all these things. And it's just like, thank you, bud. Thank you. Because like, I get it, dude. Like, it's been tough. There have been times where it's like, why? But it's like the fact that like this kid in this movie and like me and other kids, like you can realize that the people around you mean more than the gifts that you can get. And that's the whole premise of this movie.
Yeah.
And it takes a crazy turn, of course, because it's a horror themed Christmas movie.
Sure.
But it's like, you start off with the teenage daughter going to see the boyfriend because she's worried about him. The parents being like, yeah, dude, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool. Go ahead in this fucking blizzard.
Yeah, a blizzard where all the power in the neighborhood's off.
Go ahead.
And it's like, she's the first to get got, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't expect it. The thing that I love about this movie, very trick-or-treat-esque, is it's like, oh, shit. Like, this is happening. Like, it's an hour and 37 minutes long, I'm pretty sure. And it's, other than a couple of, like, corny Christmassy stuff, like the Christmas, like the dinner that they have, where it's, like, everybody's super judgmental and all that stuff. Like, once it pops off, it's like...
It's go time.
Yeah, dude. It's go time. And I liked it a lot. I think that Doherty does a really good job of creating comedy and just enough darkness to hook the viewer and to make it very relatable for most people.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Yeah.
So as it goes on,
Yeah.
the dynamic of the family,
Yeah.
when shit starts getting bad,
Yeah.
and you see them kind of like banding together
Yeah.
a little more than they were earlier.
Yeah. They were at each other's throats.
Yeah, and the brother-in-law, dude from
yeah.
Anchorman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sports guy from
who
Anchorman.
is hilarious, by the way.
He's great in this movie.
He's good in Anchorman.
He plays his.
He's good in everything.
He's good in everything. He plays his role perfectly.
He's good.
Lucille.
Him just admitting, how
I used to think you were a pussy.
yeah, but just how
He's like, you saved my life.
how he was genuine. The fact that he saved his life,
Yeah.
but also gave the reason why.
Yeah. He's like, I thought you were a spineless bitch for all these years. And what's crazy is like Adam Scott, who plays the greatest dad in a Christmas horror movie.
He's good.
Great.
He's really good.
He really does a good job. And the mom from Hereditary, shout out to you. I can't think of your name off the top of my head.
She's good too.
She's a phenomenal. Her eye acting is unbelievably good. Her face acting is very good.
She's an underrated actress.
She should have multiple Oscars just for horror movies alone.
She's been in some really good movies. Yeah.
Really good movies, yeah. I feel like everybody that was cast in this movie was casted damn near perfectly, which is rare
Yeah.
to find, and especially a holiday-themed movie. But a holiday-themed horror movie is, Christmas movie is unheard of. We've covered 2 of which this month already. Where the acting doesn't really have to matter because it's like a parody or it's like a funny. This was taken a lot more seriously because it adds so many relatable, such relatable content to where it can make you sad enough to be intrigued.
Yeah, but like there are humorous aspects to it.
Yes.
But the overall
The
feel
comedy
is
breaks in this movie are solid.
Yeah.
Are solid.
So
Even when they're like, when the dad and the brother-in-law go out to search for the daughter.
yeah.
Even in that, like even the gun part where he's like, you packed guns for crazy. He's like, you never know what's going to happen. You're in that moment. You're like, I mean, shit, he wasn't wrong.
I mean, we're here right now.
Yeah.
So
We're in a blizzard and there's a abandoned snowplow with a windshield broken in.
we are in the moment.
And it's like the thing that I love that Doherty can do, like for Trick or Treat, he has like Sam and like the rules of Halloween and Sam Hine. And then in this one, it's like that exact, like even though the grandmother explains it, like while you're looking around in this movie, there's so many, like they can't see it because it's a blizzard, but you can.
Yeah.
Like the daughter, when she sees Krampus hopping from house to house, she realizes it.
Yeah.
And tries to hide.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter because he's got his toys, and it's like these effed up Christmas toys that are just absolutely terrifying. They're not as corny as you may think they would be.
It makes you think about when they go up in the attic.
Yeah.
And first of all, how big they get.
They get, even the cute little gingerbread men are terrifying.
Yeah.
But the thing and the addicts that they deal with, dude, that's insane.
So that Jack in the Box thing,
Dude.
it ate those fucking kids.
It ate the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was the thing in the snow? Did we ever find out what the monster
That was underground?
Yeah, that was in that bit the uncle on the leg
I don't
and then
know.
also got the daughter,
I don't
pretty
think
sure.
it ever specified.
Oh no,
what it
the
was.
Jack in the Box got the daughter. That's right.
Yeah.
There was another one, but that's what got her. But what got everybody in the snow? Because at the end of the movie, three people got
pulled
by the snow monster. And I was like, I thought it was the teddy bear thing, but I was like, no, because he got shot in the face.
No, because you see, it's like long.
It's like you would imagine it would be like the Jack in the Box thing, but it's different.
It never showed.
It never showed it.
As far as I saw,
Yeah,
it never.
I
showed
was
what it
never aware of. That's the scariest thing in this movie is the snow
It
monster.
never showed it, or when people would fall, what was pulling them, what they're going into.
It's just into the snow, and it growls a lot.
Yeah,
and it gets shot a couple of times.
Don't know.
I didn't know if you picked up on something that I might have missed.
I didn't see anything that led to what it was.
But it's crazy because like it's the grandmother was like, hey, you need to have this fire going because she's already been through this, I guess, once before. A little confusing.
Huh?
A little confusing.
Well, when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She went through it when she
Yeah.
wished her
But by the end
family wasn't there.
the end of the movie, you're like, we'll get there.
So yeah,
Yeah, we'll get to that.
What mentions her, when she says to him, keep the fire lit.
Fire hot.
Yeah. Makes sense as to why.
Because he can't get on the chimney.
Yeah.
That's the way that Santa Claus and Krampus gets in your house.
Yeah. But
Doesn't stop the other demonic entities that you're dealing with. The angel, the teddy bear, the
elves,
Jack in the Box, the elves with chains.
they'll come through your fucking window.
They come right then, just yeet your ass in Christmas spirit, I guess.
Although I feel like if a package is dropped off to you and there's another bag here that they said they did not bring, I'm not bringing that inside the house.
The only reason that worked is because it's the asshole family members. That's the only reason that
If it was
scene
the
worked.
regular
If it
family,
was
they
the
probably
family,
wouldn't
they
have-
would have been like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, we're not.
But because
bring
they
that
were
in here.
cold, it was disgusting outside. The delivery driver showed up and he was like, it's probably the UPS.
All right, cool.
The guys in the brown van. The wife is going to convince the husband to grab everything off the porch.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Now, how those things got dispersed throughout the house, there was a fire.
Maybe
there
the
was some other
presents,
stuff.
they just took them upstairs, maybe?
They put them under the tree, but once the fire happened, she took them upstairs to try to rewrap them, is what the aunt was trying to do. Or the aunt. The non-drunk aunt.
Well, there was a fire. Just give them are you a good gift wrapper?
You know this. I'm not.
More
You saw the present I wrapped you last year, the machete.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You said it was good, but I think you lied to my face.
It was good to front, dude.
I mean, it was a machete.
So-
how do you wrap a machete cleanly?
I wrapped your gift too.
Yeah, it was solid.
It was not solid.
I mean, I didn't have to do much to unwrap it.
True. I know there was a huge clump
Yeah.
of paper on one side.
Yeah, that's how mine was.
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
You just tape as much tape as you can
Tape
possibly
it,
use.
give it away.
Yeah, yeah. But it's really not the wrapping that matters. It's the gift that's inside that matters.
True.
bud. Yeah.
Just the act of giving a gift.
Yeah.
The act of sharing.
the fact
and
that
showing that you care.
I have a best friend that I can do Christmas gifts with is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, yeah. We always talk about our limits and what what we might want for each other. We don't tell each other what we want, but
True.
we do a good job.
Yes, like hit the limit. Figure it out.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the max and the least you can spend. Go find some cool stuff
Yeah.
to give me. The thing that I really enjoy about this movie, other than everything I've already mentioned, is the use of holiday themed things that are so scary. Those gingerbread men are freaky, dude. And I love the fact that it's the gung hootin', hunting family survival expert
Yeah.
with the Humvee
Yeah.
and all the guns that almost gets taken out by little gingerbread men.
Of course.
Because it shows you how absolutely insane that would be to be going through in that situation. They're evil, maniacal gingerbread men that are shooting you with a nail gun. It's like the Gremlins, dude.
Also, why is there a nail gun in the kitchen?
I have no clue, dude. I don't know. I thought that I thought that maybe they were doing some like renovations, but their house was so pristine. Yeah, they
Sure.
mentioned it multiple times throughout this. What Martha Stewart threw up in this house from the one aunt, But what's funny is like there's a part where the drunk aunt takes over and starts like absolutely laying down the law.
Yeah.
Like straight shooting everything that could like angel, bow, teddy bear, bow, this, bow. And then the things are like the elves. And then you realize that like she just stops. Bro, what? You just laid down demonic ass Christmas presents and you immediately just give up because somebody said elves and they broke in through the window? You can get at least 2 or 3 of them down.
I would think so.
But she was drunk on schnapps.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Sure.
those things add up after a while, man. The Rumplemans, dude? I'll put some hair in your chest, dude.
You like those?
No, I never said I liked Rumplemans.
I'm just asking.
I've had Rumplemans, yes.
Yeah.
A numerous.
So that's usually, for me at least, if I'm like going out.
Oceanfront.
Yeah.
Oceanfront.
Oceanfront. I gotta get home.
Oceanfront.
I'll take you one of those before I go.
Yeah, because your breath smells like mint,
Yeah.
so they can't necessarily think you're drunk.
Yeah. But
And
to look-
also, it's
but
like
to look at me and say, dude, you're fucked up.
it's like a rule of the oceanfront. Like any alcoholic
Very strange.
at the Virginia Beach oceanfront drinks a lot of Rumple Mints.
Don't know why.
What's crazy is there's been times where I've had like tequila, vodka, Rumple Mints all in the same night. And let's just say I don't remember necessarily all those nights.
That makes sense.
It's a roller coaster of
Yeah.
emotion, you know? But because I was at the oceanfront, that's just how it went down.
That's always how it goes down out there.
Absolutely. But the Christmas time, you put that in some hot cocoa, you're having a great time, you know? Peppermint schnapps, Rumple Mints.
I
dude.
love hot cocoa.
I love a good hot
Are
cocoa.
you an eggnog guy?
We talked about this last week. Yeah, we both like eggnog. I asked you your favorite. You said Wawa. Or no, you said Southern Comfort, then Wawa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
we're eggnog people. I just can't drink as much eggnog as you because it tears up my tummy.
I'll inhale it.
Yeah. Which,
Although as I've gotten older,
it does affect you a
I
little
feel
bit
like,
more. Yeah.
damn,
You're
my
like,
stomach's a
ooh.
little fucked up.
You're like, oh.
Oh,
Have you had eggnog this year?
Yeah.
I have not yet.
I had it in November.
Oh, damn. I haven't had any eggnog this year.
You need some.
Also, I'm a barista, right? You know how I work in coffee?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard somebody steaming like an eggnog latte? Sounds like you're murdering an infant.
I've never heard that in my life.
Oh, it screams, dude, because it's so fat. It's so
Really?
fat oriented. It's just the loudest thing in the world.
Eggnog is thick.
Thick.
I'm all about
I
that.
feel like you could drown those gingerbread men in this movie in eggnog.
You could.
And you could have gotten away with it.
100%.
Versus peppermint schnapps.
Push them right down.
Yeah.
They're not getting
When
out
that
of that.
fat kid, sorry, I'm not trying to fat shame
Well,
this
ate
kid.
the fucking...
So it's funny. He's the chubby kid, if you will. He's very out of shape, and the dad's excuse is that he's going to be the biggest lineman in Texas football or whatever it was. And they all fall asleep, and the uncle was supposed to stay awake,
knocked out.
keep the fire open. He fell asleep, of course. But there's a gingerbread man that comes down on a hook, and he's just dangling there. Pun intended,
Yeah.
right? That the fat kid's going to wake up. He's going to walk over to the cookie that's on said hook and then be caught like a fish because he's
Yeah.
so dumb. That was his character. I'm not saying that all fat kids are dumb.
Correct, yeah.
But his character was portrayed as an idiotic, overweight child.
He would just stare and just
Just literally just,
look.
That's
Yeah.
it. Like just
Yeah.
nothing. And he did that. And he woke up first, didn't wake anybody else up, grabbed this gingerbread man, pulls it off the hook, takes a bite out of his head, and the gingerbread man freaks out. And like the absolute fear that any child would go through in that moment, because as soon as that happened, he's tying you up with a chain
Yeah.
aggressively.
Yeah.
And pulling you up a chimney. But also, like the mom tries to save him, the aunt tries to save him. No. I'm sorry.
As in you wouldn't?
No. After the first couple tugs, I look up and see a demonic gingerbread man giggling in my face. I'm letting go, dude. That's for you and your maker to decide.
For you and your maker.
That's for y'all to decide. Clearly, that's how you're supposed to go out because 3 other people are pulling on my legs and I can't stop this. No, I'm not getting pulled up a chimney on behalf of some kid that wouldn't wake somebody else up to be like, hey, there's a gingerbread man on a metal hook coming down our chimney. And he was well old enough to know better.
Average person would say, okay, whatever, eat it. Who cares? Go to sleep.
That's
Leave me alone.
That's BP right there. That's bad parenting. That's some BP right there.
That's not bad
Go
parenting.
check the situation out, man, before your kid gets pulled up
Someone
into
told
the
me
chimney.
there's a cookie, in essence, hanging from the... Okay, well, just
Listen to what you just said.
eat it or don't eat it.
Listen to what you just said.
I did.
There's a cookie
Okay.
hanging from the chimney.
Okay.
Makes 0% like sense in my head. There should never be a cookie dangling from a chimney. So as a parent, you're just going to tell your kid to shut up and go eat it?
If you ever seen fucking Tom and Jerry or any cartoon from the 1930s,
These
40s,
are
whatever,
cartoons. We're talking real
Yeah,
world.
that's what I'm saying. So you know it's a trap of some sort.
Yeah, so you
Don't
shouldn't
fuck
tell
with
your
it.
kid to choose because they're going to choose the cookie.
Yeah, but don't be dumb.
Your kid might be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Your kid might be dumb.
Don't be though.
Might be dumb enough to go eat the gingerbread man.
If you're dumb 9 times out of 10,
Yeah.
let be the one time you're not. Do not eat that cookie.
There's there's
Also, don't fucking wake me up to tell me about it.
just be smart enough to not eat the cookie.
It was a
That's what you
cookie.
should have said.
It was a cookie.
Just make sure your kid's smart enough to not eat the cookie.
It was a
Don't
cookie.
tell your
Okay,
kid
okay.
as you wake up, go eat it or not eat it, whatever.
Yeah,
Like, no.
the choice is on you.
That's some BP right there, bro.
You
That's
made
some
the
BP
decision.
right there.
You made the decision based on how you've seen the night go so far to wake me up and tell me about this random cookie none of us made hanging from the chimney.
Nah, dog.
In that case, clearly, you know something?
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Eat it or don't eat it. That is on you at this point.
I would give it one valiant effort of being like, listen to what you're saying, bud. Listen, look at me in the eyes right now. Listen to what you're saying. Maybe not, but if you absolutely feel you have to, you know, I'm not gonna
So-
tell you what you can
so
and can't do.
It's the same thing then.
You know, no.
You see it?
Also, I might
Look me in
peep
my
up.
eyes.
I might peep up real quick and be like, yeah, it looks kind of sketchy, bud. Why don't you go get a cookie out the
Yeah, why don't you just don't
get
eat
a cookie out the kitchen? All right,
Yeah.
that's not dangling from our chimney.
Yeah, and then go back to
I'm gonna
sleep.
get up. I'm gonna go check on the cookie situation in the chimney because that's who I am as a person. I'm gonna freak out that there's a metal hook coming from my chimney, start the fire back up, and we're all safe for another couple hours.
Which I was told to do from the beginning.
From the jump. And I would have punched whoever was supposed to be on watch
Yeah.
directly in the ball sack.
Yeah, I told you.
Directly in the ball sack.
Just stay awake.
There's one thing that's gonna wake you up the worst. Is getting
Yeah.
punched in the nuts.
Your eyes going to roll back
Oh,
on the
yeah.
back of your fucking head.
Oh yeah, you can stay asleep now because I done did it. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this fire going.
Yeah.
And you're gonna know that you done messed up, AA Ron. All right, so we got we got the gist of the Krampus toys.
Yeah.
Do you, the fact that you said you would just tell your kid to go eat the cookie makes me so happy.
Either eat or don't eat it, all right? Don't tell me.
So when it
Dumb information.
when it pops off, so let's say that your kid ate the cookie and you're seeing him or her getting pulled up the chimney. I said I would let go, but that was an aunt situation. You know, how hard are you gonna fight for that dumb kid?
I'm going to fight pretty hard.
Yeah, you're gonna fight pretty hard for that dumb
I think
kid.
let me get my dumb
It's
fucking
yours.
kid.
Yeah, let me get my dumb kid out of this chimney. And it gets pulled up. Are you gonna then try to assess a plan?
I'm done.
Or are you gonna try to keep just attacking random things? This movie's stressful in that.
I mean,
in that aspect, because there's so many things that people aren't telling you what they're seeing. They're like, "Oh, it was crazy."
Yeah. But
Because like
what
the
was crazy,
mom
though?
was like, she was like, "I can't tell you," and they're like, "What did you see?" And she's like, "No." That would have saved us a lot of time and energy if we would have known that there's some demonic gingerbread men bouncing around this bad boy.
I can't tell you.
You can
You just
actually.
don't want to. You don't think I'll believe it.
I'm pretty sure we're past belief.
We have a kid that's been gone for like 3 hours. So
Dead.
any information you have. I'd
Also,
like
my
that.
Hummer got
Yeah.
just demolished.
Someone jumped on it.
That we didn't hear it happen,
yeah.
but it happened. Yeah, it's just crazy. The windshield of the snowplow was broken inward,
There was someone frozen.
and the houses were all absolutely torn apart with Christmas decorations coming out of them.
Yeah.
It's either the mean one that we already covered, or Krampus, who is the scariest opposite of Santa Claus that you
Yeah.
could
So
possibly
whatever
imagine.
you saw, just tell me.
Let me know what you're seeing.
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out from this
Yeah.
point on. Hey, let's all stick together.
Yeah.
This separating shit ain't working. All right? Because when Homegirl goes upstairs with those presents, it unleashes hell in the attic.
Which
When the dude
the
goes
most-
into the kitchen to fight the gingerbread men, it goes to shit.
her up in the attic is the most intense part of the movie.
It's the scariest part of the movie for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the daughter in the beginning
Yeah.
dealing with we had never seen any
Yeah.
of this yet. But yeah, for sure, the whole attic, once even Adam Scott and the mom from Hereditary go up there, even
Yeah.
that whole everything attacking them is crazy.
Yeah.
And they're having to like figure it out on the fly. He's getting cut up by a robot on his back. She's getting attacked by an angel. Other lady's running around after this
Bear-
Jack in the Box that's
it's like the bear thing.
eating. Oh, the teddy bear thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And like we already mentioned, the aunt takes care of it later on in the
Yeah.
movie. Then the teddy bear shit happened, or not the teddy bear, the demonic ass gingerbread men. I'm gonna just keep my family as close to that fire as I can be, and
Yeah.
just hope for the best, dude.
Like the grandmother who's been sitting there hanging out.
And then the fact that like you know that person would be in your family.
Yeah.
The guy that's like, you're just a kooky old lady, and I'm gonna go save my you failed twice now.
Yeah.
Twice.
Just
Your
trust her.
gun slinging ways ain't the move, bro.
He called it old, senile,
like German shit or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's just he's just your typical 2A American bald guy. You know, and, it's like not to hate on anybody out there that might agree with him, but it's a rough character in this movie.
It is.
Then they get the idea of let's go make a run for the snowplow after so many people have already been got by said elves and other Christmas characters.
I would say bad idea.
Typically, yeah.
But when your home is your base,
And it's falling
and that's
apart.
supposed to be the safest place, and you're getting attacked in there,
Yeah.
you have to leave.
It's like the Winchester and Shaun of the Dead, dude.
Yeah.
Like I use that movie a lot, but
Sure.
it's solid.
Once they're fucking
Yeah.
getting in,
Yeah.
you have to evacuate. You don't want to.
Yeah.
That was the safe spot you wanted to get to.
If you would have just kept the fire going.
But once it's been compromised,
Yeah.
you got to go.
You have to come up with another plan. And it's solid. Get into the biggest vehicle that can get through the said weather issues to get to civilization.
I agree.
Solid.
Yeah.
And the dad in this movie is solid. He's a straight line, I feel like. He never dips. He's always a straight line. The mom fluxters a little bit
I agree.
because she won't be honest. The uncle, he's a EKG. He's all over the place. The aunt, EKG all over the place. The son, solid. The kids in this movie, trash. And I get it because they're kids. They don't understand the situation at hand. But when they decide that, it's one of the surviving cousins, a girl, who's an athlete, dad, mom, the son, the main son that created all of this, if you will, because he ripped up Santa Claus's note. It was intense to watch each of them start getting picked off, dude.
Yeah, it was.
It was. The dad being the ultimate hero and looking back at his wife, who the son asked for them to fall in love again, and knowing that they had through this process of survival, and knowing that he ultimately gave his life in this instance for everyone else.
Yeah.
And the mom doing the exact
Same
thing to save her niece and her son. Crazy, dude. And then the kids get caught in the snowplow because it won't start. Then in my opinion, the movie kind of takes a turn. It does. You got
In a good or a bad way?
Not the best way.
Okay,
I won't call it bad.
So the way it ends is something I was very curious to talk to you about.
Yeah. So
Can I know how you feel about those type of things?
It goes from a believable Christmassy kind of vibe to this absolutely insane hell versus alternate universe type thing.
Yeah.
Which, in Trick or Treat, you don't get that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The movie has reasons behind everything, and it's buttoned up, even though you might not agree with it, with the main character being looped overall in an anthology series. This is not an anthology. It's a 1v1. It's one family versus the entity.
Yeah.
So he goes against Krampus, even though Krampus gave him the bell and was like, hey, you're like your grandmother. You're the one that has to remember that this is your fault.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Put a bow on it. Make it like
done.
Make it like
I agree with that.
Polar Express. Can you hear the bell or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, make this like, oh my God, did this just happen, right? My immediate parallel of this movie is Polar Express because of the Do You Believe bell, right? And Krampus bell. I was on Etsy last night looking for Krampus bells for us, right? They're $45. I'm not doing that right now. But, and then I was like, okay, the son is the sole survivor because he has to be the one that tells his future generations that like
his
believe, follow the rules.
Yeah.
Just like Trick or Treat, Hey, put your jack-o'-lanterns out. Make sure you answer trick-or-treaters. Make sure you're nice or whatever the rules were. I can't think of them off the top of my head. All the rules. And then he goes up to Krampus with his demonic demon reindeer and elves, and like challenges him. Now, I wanted to ask, this Krampus is fully practical, correct?
Yeah.
I would assume it's a mask costume get up.
It looks like it, yeah.
The mouth needs to close once in a while.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I thought about that too.
He doesn't have to be.
When they show him and he turns and his mouth open like, why?
It looks like a mask. I give that a very big hit on the look of Krampus because he looks solid in this entire movie. Hooves, get up of Santa Claus, all that. Like I was cool with,
just
right?
a wide open mouth.
Wide open mouth the whole time. Then his tongue comes out all CGI-y. I'm like, not feeling that, right? And then the kid challenges Krampus. Well, Krampus is like the goat of anti-Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't challenge him, but if you do, the repercussions should be bad. Hell opens up. Right? It basically,
don't know why.
The Earth's core
it does
opens up in this vicinity of the, because I imagine North Pole versus Hell. Okay, I can give you the parallel, whatever. The cousin gets yeeted into the hole, right? That's one of my favorite words to describe throwing. And he's like, no. And he's like, you should not do this or whatever he says. And he gets thrown in the hole, right? And I'm like,
he's like, yeah, fuck you, dude.
The movie could have ended with him falling into the CGI orange light, right? Yeah. Okay. It's not the worst ending ever.
End credits.
End credits. Let's go. And he wakes up in his bed. Mind you, once again, my now parallel is Polar Express.
Yeah.
My sister's favorite Christmas movie of all time. She loves that movie.
Okay.
I watch it religiously every year. It's one of my personal favorites, in the top 5 for sure. But he wakes up and you're like, fuck, now we are fully this movie, right?
Yeah.
Polar Express, where it happened, but it didn't happen. You know, it's to teach you a lesson. All right. It's not the worst thing ever. Then they have this Christmas where everybody's happy, and then he gets the bell, kind of like in Polar Express, where the last gift on Christmas was the Believe bell, right? Can you hear it or not?
Yeah.
And then everybody around him starts realizing what happened, and they start like having PTSD flashbacks of what happened, and then they're in a snow globe. And Krampus has snow globes of all the people that he's tortured.
So the way I took that as is all that stuff happened, obviously.
Yeah.
It all happened. This is a reminder. So I gave you guys a warning.
Okay.
This time.
Okay.
So I took it as the snow globes are all different homes and families Krampus has visited.
Warned.
Yeah.
Of, you better keep the Christmas spirit or you're all going to die.
If it happens a second time, I'm coming for you. So,
yeah, I'll give you that.
So that way, in this movie, no one died at all.
It was all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a horror movie?
So how does that affect your rating? And is it a horror movie?
So I took it as they're trapped in a constant reminder of all their mistakes.
Okay.
That Christmas is their reality because of what the kid wished for.
Okay.
That's it. So they all died, but this is the parallel universe. This is the imprisonment of the kid, not everybody else. Everybody else died in real life.
They all remember dying?
No. He is trapped in this constant what he wished for.
So that's what I would agree with.
But
if you didn't see all their faces.
That part gets me. It does.
So no one died.
It doesn't bode to my existence of beginning versus endings.
Yeah. So take that into account. You take into account movies such as April Fool's Day,
Mama.
Yeah. How is that going to affect your rating at the end?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, is there anything else you want to add to the Here Krampus movie?
Not a thing.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Jake, on a scale from 1 to 10, where do you rate Krampus?
I rate Krampus on a scale from 1 to 10, a 6.7.
Nice. Okay.
What about you? Taking into account
just talked about. Everything we just talked about. Originally, before the podcast, 7.2. Easy.
Okay.
But because I legitimately don't know what the ending of this movie is and I need explanations for a completed movie, there's no second, there's no prequel, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going a 6. solid
Ooh.
6. It's just it's good enough above half because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy a lot of the aspects and the character developments in this movie. But Doherty did a good job with Trick or Treat with wrapping it all up with a pretty bow.
I
And then
agree.
you immediately follow it with this and not wrapping up in a pretty bow for me and leaving all these question marks. I don't like that.
Okay.
You fans know, and you know, that's why you fucking poked the bear here. If it would have had a better explanation of an ending, if nobody would have remembered what they were each going through, it would have been that's the kid's punishment. This is what you wished for. You tore it up, so this is what you're now. That's it. That is it for you. The only thing you get is your family happy on Christmas morning. That's it. Because it's all he wished for.
Yeah. That was a better ending.
Yeah.
Just a recycle of that. That's all you get.
It's a wonderful knife, baby.
Yeah. Which also weird to remember at the end. What's up with these horror Christmas where people remember
I know, dude.
what happened?
I know. It seems to be a common thing that I'm not vibing with. Because Krampus was a lot better before
These are damn near 10 years apart from each other.
I know, dude. Damn near 10 years apart. Well, I'll tell you what. You will not have to worry about that with our next entry into the J Squared Horror Podcast.
No,
because
you will not.
What original slasher movie are we going to be covering next week?
Next week, we are covering Black Christmas.
From 1974?
74?
I'm feeling 4, yeah.
1974's
1974's
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas, Black Xmas, Black Christmas. It is considered in some horror fans' opinions the original slasher.
Predates Halloween.
Predates Halloween. It might even predate Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, 74 too.
Oh, so
Well, I guess as far as months go, it could, but
it could, yeah.
it may not.
It's close, but it is considered the original slasher. CII Jones direct messaged me on Facebook saying, and I quote, "This might be as good as the original Halloween 1978.
CII.
So stay tuned for Josh and Jake of the J Squared Horror Podcast review. Don't like that. Conversation about Black Christmas. Even though it's technically going to come out after Christmas, this is Happy Horrordaze after all. And we decided 4 episodes this month would be fair for the 4 weeks of Christmas.
I mean, unless you want New Year's Evil again.
Yeah, we can always cover New Year's Evil or a thank you for 2 years of podcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you guys know, last week's episode was the anniversary of the J Squared Horror Podcast. We are positive 2 years. We are very thankful for each and every single one of you that have joined us in the last 2 years. But as always, a humongous shout out to our main supporters, Jeff Balance, who does our design work, Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music, Jake, who is the world's greatest co-host a guy could ask for.
Thank you.
Yeah, you already hear it. A big shout out to each and every single one of you fans. We have had a good uptick in subscribers and followers these last couple of weeks. So if you have stuck along this far, thank you guys so much for joining in on the J Squared Horror Podcast. We are humbly the most original horror podcast out there. We just creeped over an hour for this episode, which was not my goal, but because I saw it, I wanted to linger on this outro a little bit because this is the first time in quite some time that we have over an hour-long episode on a movie that most of you guys probably don't give a fuck about. Next week, Black Christmas. We hope if you guys are celebrating Christmas, each and every single one of you have a great time with your families. Make sure to love, respect, and enjoy each other's company because Krampus will come fucking slaughter your entire family if you do not. And then you'll be stuck in a parallel universe where that's all you remember is Christmas Day. Ew. That would suck with people you don't like.
Boo.
Boo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. Merry Christmas. And remember, it's hip to be squared.